Basic parts of a computer. Introduction. The basic parts of a desktop computer are the computer case, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and power cord. Each part plays an important role whenever you use a computer. Computer case. The computer case is the metal and plastic box that contains the main components of the computer. It houses the motherboard, central processing unit, CPU, power supply, and more. Computer cases come in different shapes and sizes. A desktop case lies flat on a desk, and the monitor usually sits on top of it. A tower case is tall and sits next to the monitor or on the floor. The front of the case usually has an on-off switch and one or more optical drives. Most of the personal computers you can purchase today include tower cases rather than desktop cases. However, some computers are being made with all of the internal components built into the monitor, which eliminates the need for a tower. Monitor. The monitor works with a video card, located inside the computer case, to display images and text on the screen. Newer monitors usually have LCD, liquid crystal display, or LED, light-emitting diode, displays. These can be made very thin, and they are often called flat panel displays. Older monitors use CRT, cathode ray tube, displays. CRT monitors are much larger and heavier, and they take up more desk space. Most monitors have control buttons that allow you to change your monitor's display settings, and some monitors also have built-in speakers. LED displays are actually LCDs that are backlit with light-emitting diodes. This allows for greater contrast than a traditional LCD. Power cord. The power cord is the link between the power outlet and the power supply unit in the computer casing. If the power cord is not plugged in, the computer will not power on. To protect your computer from voltage spikes, you can plug the power cord into a surge protector. You can also use an uninterruptible power supply. UPS, which acts as a surge protector and provides temporary power if there is a blackout. Keyboard. The keyboard is one of the primary ways we communicate with the computer and enter data. There are many different types of computer keyboards, including wired, wireless, ergonomic, and multimedia. Although there may be differences in the location of some keys or features, keyboards are very similar and allow you to accomplish basically the same tasks. Mouse. The mouse is a peripheral that is known as a pointing device. It lets you point to objects on the screen, click on them, and move them. There are two main types of mice, optical and mechanical. The optical mouse uses an electronic eye to detect movement and is easier to clean. The mechanical mouse uses a rolling ball to detect movement. Generally, a mechanical mouse is less expensive, although it may require regular cleaning to keep it working properly. Traditionally, a mouse connects to the computer using a USB or PS/2 connection. However, you can also buy a wireless mouse, which can reduce clutter on your desktop. Mouse alternatives. There are other devices that can do the same thing as a mouse but that has a different look and feel. Many people find them to be easier to use, and they also require less desk space than a mouse. The most common mouse alternatives include trackball. A trackball has a ball on top that can rotate freely. Instead of moving the device like a mouse, you can roll the ball with your fingers to move the pointer. Some mobile devices have miniature trackballs that can be controlled with your thumb. Touchpad. A touchpad, also called a trackpad, is a touch-sensitive pad that lets you control the pointer by making a drawing motion with your finger. Touchpads are common on laptop computers. Challenge. Think about the desktop computers you've seen at work, school, the library, a store, or a friend's house. What did they look like? Were they all-in-one, or did they have a separate tower? Review the keyboard interactive on page 3 of this lesson. Are there any keys you haven't used before? If you're using a mouse, flip it over to see whether it's optical or mechanical. Is your monitor LCD, LED, or CRT? If your monitor has control buttons, try adjusting the brightness and contrast. Use at your own risk. Please be aware that any information you may find in these messages may be inaccurate, misleading, dangerous, addictive, or unethical. Some information on this page may create an unreasonable risk for readers who choose to apply or use the information in their own activities or to promote the information for use by third parties. None of the authors, contributors, administrators, or anyone else connected with these message suggestions in any way whatsoever, can be responsible for your use of the information contained in or linked from web pages.